Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. And you ever heard the phrase "buy the rumor, sell the news"? It's the idea of you hear a rumor, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, so you invest in whatever the associated asset is. In this case, a cryptocurrency. Let's say it's XRP, because there's a rumor out there about XRP or some sort of hot thing coming up in the coming weeks or months, whatever it may be. And then when the event hits, when everything's supposed to go parabolic north in terms of price action, the price drops because everybody that bought in the weeks leading up to it, they sell the news. That's where the saying means: buy the rumor, sell the news. And we've seen this before. And so this headline should not be surprising to anybody, especially those that listened to my video yesterday, which I uploaded just hours before the Spark token snapshot. But here's the headline today from Decrypt. XRP price crashes by 8% after Flare Network airdrops free crypto. And there are a number of articles on this topic, including this one from the Daily Hodl. Flare executes Spark snapshot for airdrop. Here's what's next for crypto holders. And so part of what I cited in my video the other day is that historically, news doesn't really matter for XRP or pretty much any crypto, frankly. The whole market moves in tandem. I've explained why I'm not going to get deep into that concept in this particular video, but it's true. If you have eyeballs and you look at a chart for any chart, multiple charts spanning over the last decade having to do with crypto, you can just see this. All you need is eyeballs. That's it. It all moves in tandem. And you have this rotation where sometimes there's more money in Bitcoin and altcoins decline relatively. But then it flips after people want to take some profit out of Bitcoin. More money flows into altcoins and so on and so forth. And so I said yesterday, look, the technicals, and I'm not a chart analyst, mind you, so not only am I not a chart analyst, I don't have a financial background, I'm not offering financial advice, do not buy or sell because of me, I just think it's fun talking about this stuff. But from a technical analysis perspective, all of the analysts, a vast majority of the analysts that I had been following leading up to the most parabolic movement in XRP price, they were anticipating that not because of any fundamental reason like Spark token coming out, or the snapshot, all that. It was based on the data that they saw within the charts. And so, given that was the case, I thought, well, the current price action should have little to nothing to do with the Spark action, the snapshot coming up. And I did acknowledge in the video yesterday, I said, look, there could be the case that this is having some sort of small impact, but the rally happened purely because the chart said it was in the cards. That was pretty much it. And so I noted that, and this is my favorite example leading up to this, is when XRapid was launched in 2018, and the weeks leading up to that, the price of XRP increased by about 100%, and then it had a full retrace. Now, it retraced more than what we're seeing here, because that was a bear market, and that actual pump, that's not something that analysts were calling for. It was actually out of nowhere. So that really truly was based on a buy the rumor, sell the news type thing, and so it did fully retrace. And in this case, though, it was the charts going up, and so we did see a little bit of a drop. But I said yesterday, look, I didn't pretend to know the direction it would go, but I said, and you can go back to listen to the video, I said it's certainly possible that there could be some sort of price action as a result, but it's still like the macro trend for XRP is in place regardless. And I still firmly believe that to be true. So you can call me Nostradamus if you want. I'm all predicting the future, but not exactly. Not exactly. And I wanted to highlight this too, because this is just funny as hell. You guys familiar with XRP, the Standard Productions? They put out a blog on Coil. It's basically, for those not in the know, it's like The Onion, but for the XRP community. They just put out articles that if you read them, it's as if they're written in a serious fashion, but the content's absurd. I think it's funny. And so they put this tweet out after the Spark snapshot just a little bit earlier today. Just saw our Flare XRP snapshot. They got our bad side, and we were blinking. Son of a bitch. I thought that was good. I had to heart that. All right, so let's jump into this piece now about because XRP, and as I record, I should mention this too. XRP is at 49.6 cents as I record this, down from the 24-hour high of I think it was about 58 cents. So it's down a fair bit, and it's not that this is surprising. I just didn't think it was going to be catastrophic, and it's not, because the charts are indicating to us that we're at a new level, a new plateau. And so anyway, the price of XRP, the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, has crashed following a huge airdrop that will credit all XRP holders who hold funds in participating exchanges and wallets with free cryptocurrency. Well, all of the top 10 coins by market capitalization are up. Bitcoin is up 3.2% in the past 24 hours. Ethereum is up 2%, and Litecoin is up 4.4%. XRP is down by 8% in the past 24 hours. Its current price is 50 cents at the time of recording here. And so what that means is the part of the price of XRP when it was at 58 cents, some of it, excuse me, sorry guys, some of it was the fact that the hype and the news about the snapshot, it was baked into that. And so I still stand by my position because I always acknowledge, like, yeah, there could be a little bit of it, but it doesn't change the fact that we were going to be in a macro bullish trend for XRP regardless. So it did have a positive price impact, and now it's gone. And you know what they go on to cite down here at the end? And I totally think some people are doing this. I've been saying this too, like, at least in anecdotal cases, I stated, yeah, I firmly believe some people are doing this. It's just this idea of people purchasing XRP to hold for the snapshot, and they don't necessarily want to have that much XRP, but they want it for the snapshot so that they can claim more Spark tokens, and then what they're doing is right after the snapshot, selling it. And so that was certainly another piece of it, which I talked about on this channel before too. I said, yeah, it's all perfectly reasonable speculation. We just didn't know exactly what it would look like, but now we know, and it's not that bad. It's a little 8%, and you know what? This is for many people, and if you've been following the videos, I've made a video about like true price action in I don't know, 2 or 3 days, but even if you saw the very last one, I mean, it's pretty clear that this is a strong accumulation zone according to many of the chart analysts that I follow. So 49.50 cents, not looking too bad, you know. And there are some analysts that were saying, and they don't think this is going to happen, but XRP could go down to like 38 cents. I remember Credible Crypto saying that, but he's not confident that it would, but it's in the cards maybe. And so he was really saying anywhere from, like, I think he said, I could be wrong, but anywhere from like 38 to 55 cents. He's like, it's a blessing is the word he used to purchase, for those that want to purchase anyway. Now, also, Ripple congratulated Flare. I thought this is cool. This is from the Ripple X account, formerly known as Spring, so it's the development arm of Ripple here. And they wrote the following: Congrats to Flare Networks. Exciting to see the year of DeFi close out with some unique benefits for the XRP community. Bring on more experimentation, cross-chain interoperability, and use cases in 2021. And here's Flare's tweet. I think it's pretty cool. So we've had over 60 million ledgers close since the inception of XRP. 60 million. And this is the ledger that closed, which is the Flare snapshot, just by happenstance, because ledgers close at different paces. So whatever ledger was going to fall at the exact time Flare said this is when we're taking the snapshot, that's what it would be. And it just so happened to be 60,155,580. That's the ledger number right there, and that's the snapshot. Cool stuff, anyway. And I wanted to mention this too. I want to cover this. This is from the Daily Hodl. Ripple executive says Flare bringing DeFi to XRP as anticipated airdrop arrives. And so this piece was from yesterday, just hours before the airdrop occurred. And they're talking about none other than David Schwartz, who is Ripple's CTO and co-creator of the XRP ledger. One of the original architects of the XRP ledger says the third largest cryptocurrency is poised to make its debut in the booming decentralized finance space. In a new interview with Uphold, Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz says Flare Network's efforts to bring smart contracts to XRP will open up a wide array of use cases. And here's a quote. I'm very impressed with what they're doing. Flare has built a network using different pieces that they took from different blockchains, Ethereum smart contracts, Avalanche consensus, and XRP settlement. And what they're bringing to the XRP world is essentially a DeFi solution. So they have a fast and reliable settlement mechanism, XRP, and they have ways to essentially bring Ethereum-style smart contracts to the XRP world. And and this is honestly part of the reason I've been curious to see what's going to happen with the price action of Spark as it ends up hitting open markets on cryptocurrency exchanges, because we've seen over the last half a year in particular, the hot craze, at least now, and maybe it fizzles, but the hot craze right now has been, where all the price action has been, over the summer at least, was with decentralized finance coins. And it makes me wonder, with this coin having this much attention, being backed by Ripple, being backed by the biggest exchange on the planet, Binance, and other major exchanges the world over, there's over 80 exchanges supporting it, the airdrop at least. and just seeing that DeFi is what's hot and this is a part of it, and knowing that when coins are introduced to markets, they can, not always, but can frequently go bonkers in terms of price action, you gotta wonder, how big is this potentially going to be? You know, there's going to be fewer Spark tokens than XRP by, well, less than half, because there's a max supply of 100 billion XRP, and ultimately, well, actually, maybe I should take that back. I think maybe it is 100, but you know, I think I apologize. I'd actually have to go back and check. Now I'm second guessing myself. I can't remember exactly. But there was a 45 billion number in there. I don't know. I can't retain everything that I read. You wouldn't believe how many freaking crypto articles I read on a daily basis. It's absurd. I spend hours running this channel every day, which is not a complaint. I have a blast doing this. It's my most favoriteest hobby ever, but I can only retain so much. By the way, excuse me. The vast majority of crypto assets and DeFi are currently built on Ethereum, which allows developers to easily build applications that go beyond simple transactions and enable peer-to-peer lending and borrowing, derivatives, margin trading, and insurance. Schwartz says the amount of support Flare's upcoming airdrop has received from crypto exchanges is a solid first step in the company's efforts to build a new ecosystem for XRP. My brother Schwartz, I could not agree more. And here's his quote. They've gotten a lot of exchanges to support their airdrop, which I think is really impressive. That's a very difficult thing to do, and that's going to make it easier for their token to be distributed widely, which I think helps keep the system decentralized and helps keeping the system reliable. It is fantastic to see companies building systems that add utility to XRP, and I think the ability to use XRP directly in smart contracts is going to be tremendously useful. And so I couldn't be more excited to see what happens in the future. And it's to anybody that was concerned today about the price action of XRP, we knew it was possible. We didn't know to what degree, if it was going to move in a downward fashion. But I don't know. To me, it was always in the cards that it could go down a little bit, and this was just a little bit. We'll see what happens. And it does look like this actually fundamentally was the reason why. I don't think that's really a question, because the timing lines up too perfectly for the snapshot to not have been the reason this occurred. But I don't think it's a big deal, and all of the analysts that I follow still, they're saying the macro trend's in place. And I saw analysts today, I'm not going to get into it, I'm not making a video about price here, but they were saying, look, this is a buying zone if you're in the market anyway. And so I can't really argue with that. We'll see how much. You never know what the bottom is, though. And I've said before too, anytime you're purchasing an asset, unless you're like the less than 1% of humans that is fortunate enough to buy the bottom, and look, that's not realistic. It's not going to happen. You got to assume it's a virtual certainty that whenever you buy a cryptocurrency, at some point in the future, it's going to be worth less than when you purchased it. And that's because there's volatility within a certain band, and then at some point, if the market takes off, it's like, and then you never see those levels again. But in the short time, you do have to experience that volatility, which is what people emotionally have so much trouble with. They'll buy, and then they'll get spooked days later if they're new, and it's unfortunate. But using emotion to make buying and selling decisions, in my opinion, is a horrendous idea. But I'll wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!